in a Discord call full of shenanigans and stupid conversations.
Glizzy and orange.
And of course, gross school lunches. Zeri High Life, that's me. And this is my podcast where me and my friends rewatch my favorite childhood show of all time. What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Guides Being Dudes. I got here. You want to do your introduction?
My name is Deontay DDJ, and this is the greatest podcast of all damn time. Okay, because we're gonna be talking about one of the greatest Nickelodeon shows of all damn time. Straight up.
Neds. So you were a big Neds guy from jump, like you and your. So what did you watch it from like the beginning, or were you a Teen Nick watcher? Like how did you?
I think I started watching it when I was like 10. Which was after it had aired, but I was hooked instantly because the whole premise of the show is just like
it's so fire. That shit is fire as fuck. So yeah, we got Deontay in the building. I'm of course Zeri High Life X3X, whatever you want to call me. So I know we got some new people. We're in the wrestling scene, so we're gonna make a lot of wrestling references probably, or we might not. I don't know. But
I got a few.
You got some like that?
I got some. Yeah, we'll cook.
So we're gonna be talking about the first episode, First Day and Lockers. We literally just watched it.
And what a ride that episode was, by the way. What a ride! Like, so much happened in those episodes. Holy shit!
I didn't realize they really started that second half of that episode. The shit started happening like crazy. That's why I really fuck with this show. So, for those who really... because I feel like every time I talk about Neds, niggas do not know where to watch Neds at. If you get Paramount Plus, don't go on Netflix. You're not going to get the full experience. I don't even know... I don't think they dubbing music on Netflix. Hopefully they're not doing all that. But if you go on Netflix, from what I remember, they only have the first 2 seasons. You need that third season. That third season is some of the best Neds Declassified that has aired on Nickelodeon and Teen Nick.
Yeah, that's facts.
You're from the UK.
Indeed.
So how for those who can't hear that accent already, how is
Thank you.
So what is it called? Because we talked about this.
Okay. I know what you want to talk about now.
So what is your middle school? So what is
So we don't have middle school here anymore. I think we did at one point when like my parents would have been kids. But we call it primary school into secondary school.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah.
So how is so is it still like okay?
Age-wise?
Yeah. Like so how do you are you in the same building throughout, or is it like a different section?
Sometimes you can be, but most people will be like so you'll do nursery, which is like your kindergarten, and then you'll go to primary school at age 4. Age 11, you'll leave primary school, graduate that, and go to high school or secondary school, as like old British people call it. If you're like this generation, you say high school because you're not a fucking boomer. But but you go to high school at age 11, and then that's a different building. And then age 16, you go to college, which is 16 to 18, and then 18 to 21 is university.
The fuck?
So yeah, British.
Oh my god, that just okay. I have no other further comments on that stuff. And damn, because for us, you know what I'm saying, over here, we just call it, well, some people call it middle school, some people call it junior high. I feel like if you are in a wider area, it's junior high, but black people call it middle school. But you go like kindergarten, your elementary school, kindergarten, preschool maybe. Preschool is the shit where you are like very young, you coloring, you barely doing shit. And
what age is that from?
That's I want to say like 4 and under. It's like preschool.
Oh, okay.
5, you start kindergarten, and then you go 1st through 5th grade is elementary school. So you're like, kid, I'm gonna be a fucking kid, and then you get into middle school, 6th through 8th.
Okay.
And then high school, 9th through 12th. and then college.
Okay.
So
I feel
so
that's
like so like by 5th grade you're like 13, 12, 13, I believe. In 4th grade you're 14, 15. I don't remember.
yeah.
But you know,
I think I get it.
you're like a preteen in high school, and you become like
Yeah.
a teenager type shit. Or no, preteen in middle school, my bad. And then, shit like that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We could easily tell at different, like, we could tell when your middle school, like, this section of your schooling would be for you.
Mm-hmm.
And they obviously tell me we're not, you know what I'm saying? So we are starting off in the 6th grade, first day. Immediately, a minute into this episode, we get 3 tips, I believe.
Yeah, they hit us quick with the tips. Like, I was saying this when we were watching the episode, but this episode and this show is built like a YouTube video would be nowadays. Like, the transitions were coming in, like, woof.
Yeah,
there was an intro, there was, boom, tip, 30 seconds of the video, no big intro.
They do not slow down at any point. As soon as the shit start, they're like, yeah. Ned walks into the school like, hey man, first day you want to be ready. You feel me? That's the part. Yeah. That's really the point of this part of the episode is being ready. So it's like, yeah, this first day of school, you don't want to overstuff your backpack. That's tip number 1. He's like, don't overstuff your backpack because Backpack Kid comes in. I fucking love Backpack Kid. He comes in struggling and shit, has his full fucking camper ass shit. First episode. By the way.
Yeah.
They do right by their black characters in this show. Immediately.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Immediately. So, yeah, the first tip in this scene is avoid overstuffing the backpack. Were you a backpack stuffer? Like, how was you?
I was, especially on days where you had PE, which is translating to gym for you. But like you'd have your PE stuff in there. I was the kind of guy in high school, or well, middle school, but I was the kind of guy that would have like snacks and like drinks and be ready for the day. So I'd have shit stacked in there. I'd have like books. Like I came prepared, so I was a bit of an overstuffer with a backpack, but
it was at least
I stuff it nicely.
Right.
Yeah, it was organized. It wasn't like the kid in NED's who was like, too much.
If I remember correctly, his name is Tyrone. I could be wrong, but I swear his name is Tyrone or some shit like that. So they go to avoid overstuffing the backpack. Buddy falls over in the middle of everybody. Just falls over. Yeah, this is a good tip. I'm not gonna lie to you. Decent tip. I definitely agree about this tip. But immediately following this tip, he goes into a second one where me and Deontay immediately goes, this is cat.
Ned.
So then, in the next transition scene, Ned just talks to the camera like, hey, also hair days happen, you know what I'm saying? Here's another tip. Get a haircut 2 weeks before the first day.
Ugh,
Worst
what
tip.
A stinky tip.
That's some bullshit. If you are one of us, melanated, you know this is cap. This is cap. Yeah. Your shit is resetting by week 2. By the way,
that shit is expired by week 2. It is done by week 2. No,
you need to go at least the weekend. If you start school on that Monday, you need your cut on Saturday, bro.
Yeah,
that is a perfect day.
I'm willing to accept a Friday before the Monday if you need to. Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, you can't do a Wednesday to Thursday. You cannot listen to Ned here. If you are the black viewers, don't listen to Ned. Maybe the white folks, sure. I don't know how that shit works.
Listen, if you get like, the basic, like if you get your haircut with the scissors, it's just like a little chop, fair enough, get it 2 weeks early. But if you're getting skin fades and stuff and you're one of us, don't get it 2 weeks early. That's a terrible thing.
So
he's not pandering to his whole audience here.
His best friend is black, yet he's rifling off this bullshit. Is what I know. If Cookie wasn't in the hall when he said this yet, he would have. No, Ned, you're wrong. You feel me? But so Ned's walking in, is like, you don't want your mom to do your shit. You feel me? So he explains why you should wait 2 weeks. And they bring in the big homie Coconut Head.
Coconut
I don't
Head.
think we ever learned his name. So Coconut comes in with a... And by the way, fresh Coconut Head, by the way. His shit was very lined up and clean. It was still, you know what I mean, bowled up. But he was doing pretty nice. He did pretty nice for himself. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why he says that. And Loomer, Billy Bill, calls him. He actually is the one that coins Coconut Head. I, for some reason, never caught. I don't know why. But like watching it recently, I never caught that he started the coconut. I thought niggas just knew him as Coconut Head.
It was just his shit, yeah.
But I say, hey, it's Coconut Head. And I love every time there's a Loomer scene, the guitar in the background, because the dude is going crazy on that guitar. Every fucking time. In the second half of the episode, when the little spoilers, but in Billy's scene toward the end of the episode, he hit that boom, doo, doo, doom, doo, 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 doo. Like, the music in this episode, fucking fire. I love the theme song, all these sound effects in the background. Like, this show rules. Like, it's the perfect, because you mentioned the way people watch YouTube these days. Yeah. This show, early on, is just like that. In your face, with music, transitions, and shenanigans all the way through.
Literally, if this was like with the TikTok attention span nowadays that like everyone has, they would love this show if it blew up again.
And
genuinely,
that's what we are here for, to blow this shit up again without the original Neds cast fucking up the spot. You feel me? We love the Neds cast, but also the Neds Declassified cast thoughts and opinions and views does not reflect us here at Guides Being Dudes. You know what I'm saying? So when they make the block hot, they making it hot for them. Y'all can come over here.
Not for us.
Because we don't... that TikTok they made... Because I could take a wild fucking guess of whose idea it was. But they made it for those who are wondering why I was saying they made the block hot. They made a TikTok because there's news about Zoe 101 getting a reboot. And they're all in the camera dancing. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to be a hater. It's like when Zoe 101 gets a reboot and you don't. Shut up. Okay, we as a community of Ned heads all understand how obscure and underrated our show is. Let's not attack the big homies. Because then main Twitter caught wind of this, start slandering the fuck out of Neds. Oh, who the fuck is this? And no one, I wouldn't even do this if I can't remember a line from your show. It was getting it slandered. We can't have shit. Right? Yeah. They started talking about her controversies, which we're not gonna talk about in the podcast, but we can't have shit as Neds fans, man.
Yeah, it's fucking shame, dude. Like, Neds is so genuinely underrated in that Nickelodeon era, and they're bringing attention to an underrated show in a negative light for no reason. It's annoying.
And, it came out in such a weird time because people the reason why it's so underrated. You gotta think about it. This came out in the same time as Drake and Josh. They was booming. Unfabulous was booming. I know my people fuck with the Romeo show. I know a lot of people don't remember that, but it was in that era. So the Romeo show kind of got faded away in obscurity. Unfabulous kind of like I don't see people really gas up Unfabulous. I know people fuck with it. But when people talk about teen shows from Nickelodeon and they talk about live action, they're talking about Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, iCarly, Victorious. And all of those shows are bangers. I mean, I'm not a Zoe 101 guy. I could fuck with the theme song, but I wasn't there, and I'm not gonna go there. You feel me?
Low-key the same. Agree.
I don't. Hey.
Listen, I respect Zoe 101.
I do.
Just wasn't entirely for me.
It wasn't for me.
Wasn't entirely. But
Drake and Josh, everyone knows that. Everyone knows, it's so crazy that with all those shows being talked about, niggas forget about Neds. And that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So, you have something? Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, we're here to make Ned cool again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. we'll get on it with that. So after Billy Loomer calls Coconut Head and shit, Cookie comes in his big Shaq puffer fucking just straight big ass coat coming in. You know, so you fucking with it, and that's like, yeah, take that shit off, bro. You're gonna overheat. He's like, but the ladies fuck with it. They play
straight rizzes up some random girls walking.
The girls walk by and they look at him, the fuck. And every time they talk about the coat, a goddamn boo boo doo, like the sound effect plays. So fucking funny. So yeah. So Ned and Cookie are now like, yo man, when are we gotta see what classes we got. They're like, yo, damn, we don't really got class together. Boom, except for our elective art. You know, they little celebrate. Let's fucking go. We've all had that experience, right? And this is where the third tip comes from. Is I don't remember if he says it before Mose shows up. Oh no, wait, I missed a tip.
I was gonna say
I missed the tip. Yeah, I missed the tip. Hold on.
I was waiting.
I missed the tip. My bad. So you know how we said Cookie shows up in this big ass coat. Yeah, Ned, you weren't cooking with this one, brother.
No.
This tip,
bro, was
September equals summer.
No.
And continued, avoid big coats. I'm not fucking with that.
As a British person, September is never summer, okay? It doesn't work like this. I'm sorry. Again, you're not accommodating to the bruvs. You're pissing me off. This is bullshit.
I will say, yeah, like, the biggest thing I did not notice as a kid, because I like, as someone who really loved this show, I tried to apply these tips to real life. There's many tips I tried to apply. Did not read the small print in the intro screen. Results may vary. Yeah. Didn't catch that until it was too late.
Yeah.
Didn't catch it until it was too late. He was a liar for a majority of my childhood. But this one, yeah, you weren't cooking with this, Big Ned, because I live in Michigan. I understand, you know, they're in 04, so maybe they weren't, you know, I don't remember how global warming was back then.
Yeah.
The way he talking, it seemed like they already was, you know what I mean? But our Septembers, it can be like he has a half point. For Michigan, you could have a goddamn nice chilly September. My knuckles hurting. But goddamn, the next day will be 80 degrees. It will be hot as fuck, like it is today. It is 82 out right now. I'm in short shorts in the Shawn Michaels cut. You feel me? Like, it was hot as fuck today. It does that. But I gotta hard agree, man. September does not always equal summer. Don't listen to that one.
Yeah.
Don't listen to that one.
Bad tip.
So then, yeah, we do eventually get into the talk about them going into art class because they want to be together the whole time. They're like, yeah, man, we're fucking, you know, we don't have any regular classes. Get into the fourth tip. Stay together with electives. Decent tip. For me, Deontay, how you feel?
Listen, it's only not a decent tip for me because we didn't really, like, the school system here isn't electives and stuff. Like, if you wanted to stay together with your friends, you'll meet them at lunchtime. Like, that was like
so
it.
If y'all didn't have, like, those special classes, or were they just assigned to you and you couldn't choose?
I think in the first 2 years of high school, you don't have them, and someone out there that, like, knows this more than me or is going through it right now will, like, correct me, but from what I remember, we didn't have them in year 7 and year 8, which is 7th and 8th grade or whatever. But then after that, you get to choose, like you got the elective of, like, either Spanish or French, geography or history, like that type of shit, and I guess if you want to keep with your friends you could, but also you had to do, like, Spanish or French or geography or history until the end of high school, so it wasn't really just like
it wasn't
an optional class. That's
kind of how it is here. So I know some schools don't even have electives. The public school system here fucking blows, and that's why Abbott Elementary exists, to show people. But, like, if you went to a privileged school, you're gonna get electives. Um, so like for us, I don't remember if we were able to choose them though. I feel like there was actually an important pipeline in my school system. I remember this shit. So in my 5th grade through 9th grade, I went to the same schools. 5th grade was my elementary school. So I lived in a small town and everybody knew everybody. If you grew up in this town, you know everybody pretty much. You could walk around the whole city. Like, it was a very small town. So we had a handful of elementary schools where, kids can be kids. But everybody goes to the same middle school. From like, no matter where you went to in 5th grade, you about to be in that middle school 6th through 8th grade. And then everybody from there goes to the same high school, 9th through 12th grade. So, like, people started growing up with each other. In the 5th grade, there was a choice. This could have changed my life forever. You could either be a part of the band and start learning music early, and that will transfer you to the band classes over at middle school, or you could be a part of the tech team.
Oh.
And be working with computers.
Okay.
So I had, like, this is my cut scene. I'm like, where do I want to go? Because if I took band, my whole friend group, everything changes. I watched it. I was like, nah, I fuck with computers. Let me hit the tech team. That shit was literally just cleaning computers in 5th grade, bro.
Cleaning them?
Going around with a Windex bottle, a duster, and cleaning the fucking computers. I felt scammed. I felt robbed, bro. Because everybody is like, I'm seeing all my friends. I should have known when there were only 5 of us in the fucking tech team cleaning computers. I'm thinking we're getting
robbed you,
dude. Because I feel like I was told like you can get like extra computer time and playing on it, which I just don't remember. I don't remember the fun part about the computer. I remember like, yep, tech team, grab your mop, grab your little shit, and get the sprint.
You chose the wrong cutscene, basically.
Dude, I freaked it early on. So my 6th grade, I didn't have the option for band. I couldn't even join in. I'm like, damn, y'all. And one little tie-in. Because during the selection, like there was like a little period, like you could try out both parts. That's where they got me. I remember trying out for the tech team or some shit. And they were like, yeah, you could just be on the computers and learning shit or something. And I forget. I don't remember the whole, part of the tech team, we get to spraying and you wipe it. No, I don't remember all that. But I remember you can sit in with the band class and you get a feel with it. Oh, Lord.
Oh, shit. Wait, hang on. No, keep telling your story. My camera died. I'm going to keep going.
I'll put something there. But yeah, I sat in the band class for the first time to see if it was for me, and it felt like the episode of Band Geeks of SpongeBob when that shit sounded ass. For the first note, they just started playing shit. I'm like, yeah, we're done here. I'll clean these computers, and I feel like we was able to like play on the computers. I could be wrong, but all I do remember was getting the toothbrush, getting in between the keyboard. You feel me? I remember that. That shit was crazy. So I made a few friends in the tech team, but some of them moved away. Into 6th grade. I also really fuck with this show because it's really the most accurate representation of school. It's very exaggerated, but also when you watch,
it's kind of real.
Yeah, like when you watch high school shows and everybody's all dramatic and shit. Like, yeah, that's true, but no one wants to watch all that depressing shit, right? When you are in middle school, that's the most funniest time of your life. I'm sorry, like. My core comedy memories came from 6th through 8th grade. Some of the funniest shit wasn't a game in high school. Shit's not a game over there. That's a different conversation.
No, I feel you. I feel from like to translate into Britishness, but like from year 7 until like year 9, like some of the most fun times ever. Like
okay, so that's your middle school. Okay,
yeah, I'd say so. Similar age, yeah.
Okay, so for us, 6 through 8 before you were 7 through 9. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Makes more sense. Okay.
But yeah, that's fucking insane. Like they had you cleaning and shit. What the fuck?
Dude, actually, so middle school. High school really prepares you for real life and shit. I get that, you know. There's a lot of arguments. Aren't certain classes that teach you with certain shit like taxes and shit like that, but some classes do. In 5th grade, elementary by the way, still have recess. My teacher, I don't like this lady, never did. Decided that I'm gonna teach you about the real world in my classroom.
You didn't have recess?
No, we had recess.
Oh.
No, this part's crazy. This part's fucking crazy. So, because I know you said in a later tip about the whole assigned seating thing, like you couldn't choose where you were sitting.
Yeah.
So in this classroom, right, this is fucking insane. You could choose wherever you want to sit. You could choose. You could. It's cool. It's a nice wide classroom. You feel me? Carpet, window to the left. The cubbies. We didn't even have. We had cubbies in the room, you know. And you had you get your desk and you could put your shit in your desk. You feel me? That's how ours opened up, you know. So we had to open up.
Oh, the classic like brown desk.
Yeah, like our shit. Yeah. But my teacher passed out checkbooks.
What?
Checkbooks.
Like adult checkbook?
So.
What the fuck? Okay.
It gets better. We had to write checks. We were earning fake currency by completing work and shit and doing shit around the classroom, right?
Uh-huh.
But you had currency in the class. We had these little checkbooks. You had to pay rent at your desk.
What? You had to pay rent in school?
Yeah.
Nah, if you say she had you paying taxes, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
No, it was just the rent. We had to pay rent at the desk. You had to earn money completing work and getting good grades and shit. But if you did not pay your rent at your desk, you had to sit at the front of the class, connected to the teacher's desk. And that was called your evicted seat. So when you come into class, you got your friends, you're like, yeah, what's up, everybody? You know, you talking and shit. Bell rings. All right, everybody gets their assigned seats and their evicted seats. Damn, man, I gotta get up. Get to I had a boy. Look, in terms of 5th grade, I was homeless. I was near the desk all year, bro. I fell behind once and it was whooping my ass. And honestly, I hated it back then. It's a crazy concept to think about, but that's some real shit. That's some real shit.
That's real
I'm
life.
trying to pay my bills now, because I remember I couldn't do shit. And boy, because there was you were having a good conversations and the bell would ring. Evicted seat. Fuck! Anyway, yeah, that was the real shit in that story. So yeah, Cookie and Ned has art together, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna have art with Mose. Mose pulls up and is like, hey guys, listen, I'm not gonna be in art, I'm in cooking because I want girlfriends. And they're like, what the fuck? what? She's like, I want friends that can talk about girly shit with me. Boys, braid hair. Cookie's like, I can braid hair. And they're like,
I can braid hair.
Don't scare the bitches. It's pretty much what that.
Yeah.
You know, if I was Ned, road tip, that would have been a little. Don't scare the hoes. You feel me?
Yeah, that's a little like in the side part of the page, you know, little don't scare the host.
Yeah. So Mose breaks the news. She's like, I'm gonna dip the fuck out of here. The boys are like, yeah, whatever. Cookie, go ahead and switch us in that cookie class, brother. Cookie busts out the Google glasses. You feel me? Got the, you know what I'm saying? Ahead of his fucking time. So he hacks into the mainframe, puts Ned and Cookie into Moses' cookie classes. Boom. Epic transition. We are at lunch.
Now, we got some things we gotta talk about in this scene, bro.
We gotta talk about lunch right here, man. So,
bro,
what was, before we really get into it, what was lunch like for you? Was it good or was it bad?
in high school, it was pretty good. In primary school, I got an allergic reaction more than once, and that was how I found out about my allergies. Like, I'm allergic to like seafood and like salmon. So in primary school, the only distinct school dinner or school lunch I remember having was when I had salmon, and then randomly I was in the playground and I just fucking fainted. Like, I felt disgusting. It was a real Ned's Declassified moment.
Yeah,
but I fucking hate primary school dinners. I'm not talking about them. Yeah. But high school was pretty decent because you got food at your first break time, which was like first recess or whatever. Okay. And that was decent, like breakfast food. And then like 2 hours later after your next lesson, there was a lunchtime, and there was like wraps, there was brownies, there was pasta, there was like fish and chips, which is British as shit. Like, it was pretty good. You had like a finger scanner, which was like cookies fucking shit anyway, where you'd scan your finger and like you could top it up with money, and like that was how you paid for stuff. So it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Like, we had, our shit was fucking ass. Well, in middle school, I wouldn't say it was ass, but like looking back, it might have been ass.
What kind of things did you have?
We had like middle school, we had like my middle school was connected, or not connected. It was in the small city, you feel me? So there was a Hungry Howie's nearby.
Okay.
Like walking distance. And we will always have a like different type of food, but there will always be cheese pizza or pepperoni pizza. That will always you will always have a pizza option from Hungry Howie's. But there will be different like main shit. Like, you can get like a goddamn mashed potatoes, popcorn chicken, wasn't that great. Corn, a side of corn, get like corn dogs and shit. But we had like that. That was like the public line. But then next to that area where like the cafeteria shit, then you had the snack bar with the LED, like the fucking neon sign. And that's where like the kids with money would go. You could get fries, chicken tenders, pop and shit. Like, it was such a crazy difference. So if you get free lunch, you're over there. You get a 20. Oh, I'm getting chicken tenders, fries, but I'm getting the fucking sparkling soda Izzy's and shit. I'm getting those. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy. You're eating dog shit in one line, and you get the privileged fucking chips, cookies too.
You know what I'm noticing about your school? It's like the class system is built into your school. Like, so if you're middle class, you can get really bougie food. Yep. If you're broke, you're fucked. And you have to go to the eviction
once
chat.
Again, like, that is our public school system over here.
That's crazy.
Because then you had a free lunch program, or kids would have to pay for that dog shit lunch anyway. And if your family was making a certain amount of money, they're not going to give you free food anyway. Despite you would still have to ask for lunch money every day instead of getting the benefit of free lunch by signing up with a struggling family. So even kids that were struggling still couldn't get free lunch. It's fucking crazy. Nuts over here.
That's fucked.
I don't know how it is now, but that's how it was back then. But we're at lunch now, and Ned got a hot dog and potato chips, a cup of orange juice, and an orange on his plate.
Bro, First of all, my notes legit, like I said to you before we were watching the episodes, all I wrote down for the plates, I was like, Ned's plate, plain Lay's, glizzy, and orange.
So yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
Half eaten glizzy with the chips, plain on there. Cookie is struggling to eat his hot dog. He has his big ass coat on. Moses' plate has a hot dog and a salad, and she has a Coke with her hot dog and a salad.
Weird combo.
She got Ned, once again, Ned was throwing down glizzies with orange juice. We should be really focused on that.
That was disgusting.
I love orange juice as much as the next guy. But if I have hot dogs and orange juice, I've come close to this situation quite frequently. You gotta let it simmer. You can't go, you can't do that. You have to have your hot dog at least 20 minutes ago and maybe a swig of water in betwixt your orange juice consumption.
Yeah.
If you are washing it down with orange juice, you're a nasty motherfucker. You are disgusting. So
it's like drinking orange juice after you brush your teeth. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, that's just, you don't care about things.
You know what is crazier than that? Actually, people that drink orange juice after they drink their coffee in the morning. That is disgusting.
You know,
I don't know why.
I know who might be doing shit like that, and we gonna get into him in the second half of the episode. So Cookie is in his big ass puffer at lunch, still sweating and shit, and he's trying to eat his hot dog, and he can't. He's like, they're like, take the fucking jacket off, Cook. You're gonna die. He's like, no, the bitches will love my coat. So he's like, you know what? It's fine. I was eating cookie in cooking class. And Ned stomps the shit out of his toes. Like, crunch noise.
Breaks his ankle. Bro. Just randomly fucking...
Ankle breaks. Cookie's like, oh, shit. Mo's like, what the fuck did you just say? Mose finds out they switched into her cookie class. She's like, bro, what the fuck did I tell y'all? I said that I need time away from y'all. And they're you know, they don't want to give up on that. They're like, oh, we made a pact that we were going to be in the classes together. It's in the guide. This motherfucker Mose says, maybe the guide is stupid. What?
She's going to guide hell for this. She is going to guide hell.
What the fuck? The guide will not guide you if you don't believe in the guide. What are you talking? In the guide. I believe in the guide. In guides we trust. So Ned and Cookie gasp. Gasp, you feel me?
It's blasphemous what she just said.
Couldn't believe it. So next scene, Mose is like outside the woodshop class, and she's like, you know, I'm feeling good about this. You know, they have a nice little woodshop sign, which I didn't notice the first time around. It looks like it's the actual wood store. It's fucking comedy. There's a lot of background Easter eggs in this show that I need to start pointing out more, because I know I missed some early on because I was so focused on the notes and how we were rewatching and shit. Yeah, there are quite a few Easter eggs already.
Yeah, my favorite Easter egg is still to come, and we're going to talk about that.
Is it in this episode?
I think it might have been in lockers, but
okay. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. So Ned and Cookie were hiding in a double locker. Ned pops out the cut in the locker. And then Cookie struggles to get out because he got this big ass coat on. He's sweating and shit. And they're trying to they're like, oh, Mose is in woodshop. So we just gotta go to woodshop, I guess. Yo, Cook, hit him with it. So Cookie tries to go into Google Glass, tries to sub them into woodshop. By the way, this is a crazy day at school. We are not in the second half of school. We are already lit. I love this school already. I will stand on it 10 toes down when I say James K. Polk Middle School is the best fictional school. Sorry, PCA, but you don't got shenanigans like this. You may have a fucking bougie ass hangout dorm situation going on, but we got connections over here. We got shenanigans and double lockers. So they come out, and they try to hack into the shit again, but the class is full. And then we get another tip. I believe this is a dog shit tip. Don't listen to him on this. He goes, here's a tip. No class is ever full. Buddy. Stinker. Stinker. I get him out of here. I have a soundboard. I wish Deontay could hear it. Foghorn.
Get off the fucking stage.
That shit stinks. He also does this thing where he will say the tip first, and then he'll have a little continued. So like continued, get teacher approval. Which I get it. He's pretty much saying dick eat to get into class. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what they do. They go into the woodshop class and start dick eating. Mr. Cha is like, hey man, you're fucking great. We love wood as much as the next guy. We have a passion for this shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
We have a passion for this shit. Let us in our class. He's like, oh, you got a fucking passion for this shit? Do you want this wood shop shit?
How much do you love wood, kid? I was full of my punch.
How much do you love wood? He puts his hand on the thing. We get one of our opening sequence moments. Puts his hand on the table and just smashes it with his hammer. Everyone starts screaming. He's like, it's fake. Prosthetic. Once again, if I'm in this class and I look over and bro just hammers his head on, yo, Cook, yo, Simon, yo, when you sub y'all out, take me with you, brother. Take me with you. So after that, they don't know what to do, but they are in the hallway. They have a lot of hallway time in this episode, by the way. In between classes, most fire shit ever. I love it. So Cookie is now sweating profusely. And he is, if I remember correctly, tied to the shit. He's tied to the locker. Crucifix style, trying to air himself. And I think, does someone have a fan, right? Like they're trying to cool him off with the fan, if I remember. I don't know. But the most important detail, Nelly's Hot in Here is playing in the background. We have licensed music. We don't have none of that. You watch a Dan Schneider show, all that music sounds like it's by the same dudes.
Yeah.
The Drake and Josh stock songs, when they play on the pair pods, sometimes it sounds like that. For those who watch NXT 2.0, it sounds like the Schism theme, like the Joe Gacy joint.
Yeah.
That's what those songs sound like. Over here on a real show on Nickelodeon,
yeah, let them know.
Hot and so hot in here. It's so fire. He's burning up. They're playing. Come on, dude.
Bro,
like
greatest ever. Greatest ever.
And this is the first of 3 songs, licensed songs, that plays in this episode. Yeah. Because when we were taking notes, we missed the one earlier, but I remember what it was. So he's dying, and they're like, man, she's not really in woodshop, so we don't know where she is. He's like, oh, I feel like they figured it out or some shit. While he was like trying to swap classes. Ned's like, we gotta fucking figure it out. It's like, I found her. And he's like passes out from heat exhaustion, by the way. I would like to go on the record. We are clearly past lunch. You've had at least 3 to 4 classes, depending on the school and what lunch you had either 3 classes. No, you mean to tell me the teachers weren't adamant on this boy taking this shit off? Like he had that much riz in the classrooms. Like, teach. I know you fucking with the puffs. Boom, 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 boom. They playing the slow-mo music. He's not sweating. They're like, yo, you gotta be hot. Nah, I'm good. I'm
He's
hot.
just like, chicks dig Fluffy.
You know, yeah, that's what he says. Like, chicks dig Fluffy. And he passes out. Ned pours water on him while he's talking. So he's like, oh, shit. You know, he gets all happy and shit. Pours water on his glasses. Shit short circuits.
Could have electrocuted that man.
He could have died right here. That boy could have. Shit, this could have gone way worse. He's already about to die from heat exhaustion, but you could have double tapped and just finished the job with the electricity. So he pours water on him, and they figure out Moses' class, but now his shit starts short circuiting, and they take out Mose out of life science and they put themselves in there. So they are now in so now Mose is over in the wood shop. And she's like, you know, I'm kind of... Like, she gets put in the wood shop now because of them and their shenanigans. She's like, you know, I think I kind of fuck with wood shop, you know? And... oh, wait, I think I might... Nope. Oh, wait, yeah. So they find out they're in life science. And when they get to life science, they play... It's a No Doubt song. It's like, the baby, you know, they're playing one of them. That's a real song that somebody tweeted me recently. They're playing that... And they're in the baby class, life science, with Mr. Monroe, which is one of my favorite characters in the show.
Yeah, same.
So they set up early that since there's an odd amount of boys, they're going to be 2 dads raising the baby. Fire! Already, you're fucking
Shout
with the 2...
out to the alternative couple.
You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out.
They not, and they had a gay teacher, because they've said on the pod that Mr. Monroe is canonically gay, teaching this class. So... They already, once again, cooking with the, you know what I'm saying, showing love to everybody. Yeah. But, so now Ned and Cookie are parents to this baby and shit. Moses is in woodshop, and she's like talking to Mr. Chopsaw. He's pretty much like, hey man, you know, they were in the class, but you popped in. She's like, I don't know what happened to my schedule, you feel me? But I think I kind of fuck with woodshop. Has this big ass screw on the little shit, the little turny shit.
Turnstile.
You know? Yeah. Screws the shit out of Chopsaw's real shoot hand.
You just got the fucking nail straight through his hand. My
favorite part of this part is while she's talking, the camera zooms in on his face, and he doesn't scream. He just makes a face, and they go. He kind of breathes a little bit. Ambulance. Next scene, the ambulance is coming.
Which, by the way, fire transition to the ambulance. Yo.
Fire transition into the ambulance, and they pan out of the stretcher, and it's Cookie. Cookie is passed out on a stretcher, and they're like, "What the fuck happened?" He has heat stroke, and he's like, "But the ladies, the bitches, yo." He's sweating, dying on the stretcher. That boy is out of it, right? Then around the corner comes Chopsaw with, now you see how long the needle is. It is clean through his hand, like $5 footlong style, through his shit. And he's sitting there, it's like, yeah, it's just a scratch, you know what I'm saying? A little shout out, you know? So he's like, it's all right. And the ambulance dude's like, we gotta cut it off. And Chopsaw's like, what? Oh, no, sorry. The ambulance, they're talking. By the way, to set it up, for y'all really know how it is. They are stretcher to stretcher in the same hallway, and people are walking by in the background. so Cookie's on one stretcher and Chopsaw's on the other, and their both respective groups are talking. And Ned's like sitting there with Cookie, Moses with Chopsaw. And then he's like, the goddamn doctor is like, yeah, we gotta chop that shit off. What? Oh no, we were talking to him about the coat. Cookie's, what? my coat. So then they started hitting the outro music. They're in the back of the ambulance. Goddamn, they cut off Cookie's coat. He's gets dramatic. Fluff comes everywhere, and we get another tip. We get a 6th tip. Which, honestly, Ned was cooking. Ned was cooking with this one. He said, be ready for surprises. Because no one is ready for the first day of school. Because, like, the whole... I forgot to mention a little detail. The whole episode, they have arrows of who's ready and who's not ready. So, when he had the backpack head, arrow, not ready. Coconut head, not ready. So, like, they hit that at the end of the episode. Nobody's ready for first day of school.
Yeah. Which is facts.
It's facts. Like, you think you're up, you giddy. Yeah, that first day's gonna whip your ass if you're not on your toes at least.
Bro, yeah, I remember the first day of high school, I was nervous as shit. Like, even though I knew some of my friends were gonna be there, I was like, who are all these random kids gonna be walking around? You're seeing, like who's this girl, who's this guy? Yeah, like, all these random characters, you're terrified.
Yeah, my brothers, like, made me prepare for that shit. He's like, yo, when you get to 6th grade, shit's gonna change. Your friends are gonna look different. Everybody's it's gonna be different. I'm like, all right, cool. So I still wasn't prepared. I feel like everybody, were you this kid? I hope not. But everybody know that kid who just threw up on the first day of school for no reason.
No, but I think someone on my first day threw up in the bushes and then they found it. I think it was like that, but it wasn't me.
Yeah. I know in my 5th grade class, and this is before I had an evicted desk. There's this one girl in the class, you know, she didn't really have many friends because, like, people were, you know, they're just weirdos, you know. But we were just sitting there doing our shit, and it just sounded like someone poured out some on the floor.
Oh.
And I said, I know. Because a little fact about me, one of my favorite G4 shows of all time is Hurl. When I was a kid, I used to watch YouTube videos of people throwing up. It was funny, projectile. It was crazy. But I personally hate throwing up myself or being in the vicinity of someone shoot for real throwing up. I get nervous. My heart start beating. I start sweating. I get like, I hate it. So I'm sitting here doing work. Whoosh! I said, oh my God, no way. You hear desk, and just start scooting across. Big pile. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? So they had to throw that dust shit. Sorry for those who are listening and eating and shit, my bad.
We're fucking sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, but anyways, the episode ends with one more tip, and then he hits his little one-liner. And one more tip. Don't wear the puffy coat. You know what I'm saying? Hit the guitar. Boom. I fucked with that first part of that episode. They set up a lot of shit. Running bits. Fire storylines. But
just great.
The
great
second
job.
episode. The second part to this episode, I say, is lockers. Now this is where some comedy starts kicking in. This is where we get to some, like, that episode was like loose shenanigans, good shit all around, but this
shenanigans.
So Ned, like, he opens up with his little monologue about lockers and how that's a safe haven for people. And, like, if you really take care of your locker, it's a home away from home. Like, he was spitting. You feel me? They opened up with this like goth chick. Like, has a fucking Dracula locker, you feel me?
Kid Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley in middle school and shit. She, you know what I'm saying? She had the red, like, smoke was coming out her locker. It was crazy.
That's fire.
Her locker went nuts, bro. And then they showed, but it didn't nuts, like, yeah, but you want to make sure your shit's clean. Because, like... You feel me? No one wants a fucking junky locker. And they have this stoner kid, you know, saying, whoa, dude. And we see the weasel in his locker. He had peanut butter and jelly marks on his locker, papers everywhere. Disgusting shit, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then,
I got it, So, but then Ned's like, yeah, lockers could be crazy, cause you know what I'm saying, you never know who you're gonna be near. For this is your fucking neighbor for the rest of the school year. So always be sure to be courteous and make some new friends. Turns to his left. Hey man, what's up? Dude, I've had so many strong feelings about this moment. Timmy, we get to know this kid as Timmy Toot Toot. looks at Ned and goes, toot toot, and just walks away. He goes, toot toot, what the, what is he? Like, you can see that the way he farts. Now, I assume 7:45, 7:50 at max. Like this is before school. You're starting your day. You're at your locker. What's up, man? This dude farts toward you, silent but deadly style. We all know the silent ones are the worst. In his khakis. Farting in your fucking khakis should be punishable by law, all right? Because I'd much rather you fart in any other fabric, pants you're wearing other than khakis. I feel like every time someone farts in khakis, it gets a 5+ stat boost. Like it's more powerful in khakis, bro. It's disgusting. It smells worse. Like, you fart in your jeans, you got some room to kind of, their khakis, it's pushing through with authority and it's burning your nose. It's disgusting. And he's doing this on purpose. This is his gimmick. This is his shit.
Yo, I just want to say, for both of us, fuck Timmy Toot Toot. He's a piece of shit.
There's two people that are in the NED Declassified cinematic universe that it's fuck them forever. Like, you are a piece of garbage. Timmy Toot Toot, like, he gets cool later on, but he's still a nasty nigga, and he still wear khakis. So, like, you're not in the group, but I'm not gonna bully you. Fuck Timmy Toot Toot, and fuck One Bite. We will get to that.
Yeah.
Fuck One Bite. So, opening up, Ned gets, you know what I'm saying? He blows it up. It's like, oh my god, that shit is fucking gross. And here comes Bill Loomer. Oh my god. He's like, oh, fucking Ned shit himself. Yeah, fart boy, ha ha. He tries to get on a little coconut head. You got Billy, you got one. Don't push it. Alright? It's not gonna work every time.
It's not gonna stick every time.
That one's not gonna stick. Fart boy! He's like doing this little... Yeah, where's guys, it's fucking fart boy, man. So, we get it. So that was like the little opening before they introduced us to the name of the episode. Fuck Timmy Toot Toot, dude. Yeah. Moses gets a little nice girly ass look. She's like, hey, what do you guys think? And they're like, yeah, this shit's not you. It's like, I want a girly locker so I can make more girly friends. Because, she still like, one thing I will say, even though they do the 2-part episodes, their stories are still connecting. Like, it's still an ongoing shebang in this episode. Fire.
Yeah.
So... it's not really her vibe. We get introduced to Susie Crabgrass, who opens
Wait. Do that again. We get introduced to Susie
My bad, bro.
Crabgrass.
My bad. Obviously, it goes without saying we are not, as adults, talking about this current rendition of Susie Crabgrass.
I'm talking about Christian Cerritos, okay?
We know. But I'm saying, when we were younger, I feel like everybody had the crush on Susie Crabgrass. Like, I will say, Susie was my number one when I was watching those, like when I was a young, you know what I'm saying? Susie, everybody wanted Susie, right? But then, when Teen Nick started showing the season 3 episodes, I became an Evelyn Kwong guy.
Okay.
I was an Evelyn Kwong guy and Lisa Zima, season 3. I would never forget. I was crushed on her hard when I was younger, bro. I was like, man, I was like, dude, come on.
I respect it, but Mose grew on me a lot.
I feel like Mose was my first before Susie, for real.
Ooh, there goes my camera dying. But what I will say, what I will say about who was I talking about? Mose, she grew on me a lot. But if we're talking having a crush on Susie back then, like as a kid, and then when she's in like The Walking Dead now,
like, absolutely,
all timer, like
absolutely. Oh, not my camera. Anyway, but yeah. So yeah. But we get introduced to Susie Crabgrass, Ned's crush, and she because someone comes up to Moses' locker and's like, "Hey, nice locker, Mose." She's like, "Thanks." But Susie opens up and they start dick eating. Oh my God, Susie, your locker's so fucking cool. So Mose is not fucking with that at all. She's like, you know what? All right, say less. So now Cookie runs up and is like, damn, man, I fucked Ned. They gave me the fucking locker on the edge of the universe. And it cuts away to the galaxy with the arrow of Ned and Moses' locker. And outside the galaxy is Cookie's locker. I love little shit like that in this show. They do a lot of goofy visual effects. It's so fucking funny. Cookie's like, man, I will be late for gym, and the gym teacher's gonna kill me. I don't remember her name. It's like Durga or some shit like that.
Coach Durga?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
So Ned is like, oh man, that's fucking suck. But isn't your class in 45 seconds? Oh, great heavens! So Cookie starts running away, and we get introduced to my favorite running bit in this show. Van Earl Wright and Willie Galt. They step in with, you know what I'm saying, commentary bit. Hello, everybody. They talk like it's a real sporting event goes on. They got the little sports sticker at the bottom. Cookies races to class. I love this bit so much. It's so, in every episode it's in, I wait for it. I'm like, I cannot wait till my boy Van Earl Wright and Willie Galt pull up. That shit is so funny. So Cookie starts running through there, all commentating. You know, he's going to the, he's rushing past. Whoa, good move. And then Sweeney come out, flag on the plate, no running in the hall. Damn. He actually throws a piece of paper, which is funny. And then the sports commentator, flag on the play. And that's going to run out the time. Bell rings. Cookie is late to class again. And now, Durga's yelling. Shit. Durga's yelling at him while he's doing push-ups. And he has a push-up counter on his glasses, which is so funny to me. And she's like, yeah, man, if you keep being fucking late to my class, you're going to fail the class. Oh, new camera alert. Okay.
Professional right now. Huh? We're getting back on this. I'm using my phone. You got me.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's... I fuck with it. And you got the podcast, the real podcast. But that's a nice mic. I'm gonna have to look into that. So yeah, she's yelling in his ear. He's like, yeah, you're gonna fucking fail this class if you keep being late, dumbass. Oh, my arms are hurting too because I'm at 20-something push-ups. I don't remember the count. So now they switch over to the locker room shot, or not the locker room. They're like the locker hallway. You can hear the Gordy is over the PA. Well, Easter egg. Is he doing the Cosmo voice, I think?
I think he is.
He's doing one of his other famous voices, warning everybody about the Weasel, which is very fire because I watched the show a while, and it took longer than it should have to realize that was Cosmo. And the nigga did this shit in an episode before, and I was like, man, he sounds like Cosmo. Didn't register until I was older. I was like, damn, that's fucking Cosmo. So he's like, yeah, everybody, there's a weasel on the loose. Please look out for the weasel. Now we cut to Mose and Susie. Just one more fight. They are staring at each other across the hallway. They both are Red Dead style. It's like an old saloon. Everybody's gathered around. It's like, oh my God, who's gonna be
type thing?
They're doing the Western shit.
Yeah.
So Susie opens up her locker and shit. I don't remember who opens up theirs first. I feel like Mose opens hers first, right?
I think it's Susie because Mose surprises with her.
Oh, okay, yeah. So. Oh no! Mose actually, I do remember. Susie has kittens in her locker and shit. So they're like, oh my God, Susie's locker is full of kittens. This shit is crazy. It's like, yeah, all right, cool. Boom. Opens up her locker. No, oh, wait. We're jumping the gun, actually. We're jumping the gun. This is the first one. So, Moe's had a locker full of fluffy animals first. Then Susie opens hers, and then she was giving out cats with hers. So she lost again. I gotta fucking step my game up. You feel me? Shit like that. So, so Ned is like, I also gonna solve my locker problem. Next scene, I don't know how, but we see Timmy Tutu wearing a belt full of air fresheners. That Ned, with a long ass pole, had hooked a plethora of air fresheners onto the belt that Timmy Tutu is wearing. I don't know, and I'm not going to ask, but he has over 20 green car air fresheners around his ass cheeks, and Ned's like, yeah, I fucking got him on this one. All your Tutu, boom, and he blows back. You can see the air freshener pieces shatters on his face. He's like, oh my god. He farts again. This time, shit sharts on this one. Like, the distance he had to, because if you look, this is post lunch for him. He ate 2 hot dogs, washed it down with milk. He's a nasty guy. This dude is sick.
Disgusting.
He farts so hard that the papers on the bulletin board behind Ned is in the wind. There's shards of air freshener everywhere. This is a cross the hall fart, by the way. Blows him back. Crazy. So now Ned is like, boy, I need help. He is using the bulletin board, which we didn't have one of these. This is crazy. Uses the bulletin board to ask for help, and he's like, call Ned. It's really funny because it's like the lost dog or help wanted posters, but it's just for his locker, which I always love. That Ned's like this school felt like just a different world inside of the school. It's so fucking funny. So we did point out an Easter egg on this board.
The best. So first of all, this is straight up like a post-credit scene from a Marvel. We get a small little reference, like a poster at the side that references Claire, future lawyer, the introduction later in this episode. Fire.
Yeah, Claire Sawyer, law firm poster next to the bulletin board. It was so fucking fire. It's crazy, and that also plays a good part. So now Cookie is like, hey man, I need some tips about this dude. I fucking can't keep living on with this. So we actually get our first tip, which is sit close to the door to avoid to avoid the goddamn door, the traffic jam at the door to get an early start. You say it's debatable, terrible tip. Why not?
Because in England, you get like assigned in high school. So how am I supposed to sit next to the door now when the teacher has placed me on the other side of the universe in the classroom?
This is facts. I will say he was spitting on this one, but 50-50 because in certain classes, like I said earlier, I had a evicted seat. I was nowhere, And then you get those teachers who the bell don't dismiss you, I do. Fucking hate that shit, man.
Yeah.
It's like that's the worst. Why are you waiting? You know how this shit is in the hallway. Why are you holding me back? I need to go do shit, bro. So that shit doesn't really fly. You can't really hover. Like, teachers don't like when niggas hover because that's how fights start. When you have like that free time in the last 10 minutes of class, I used to start hovering toward the door. Some teachers hated. Do not wait by the door. Sit down. Man, shut up. Fuck you, dude. So this tip, if you could hover by the door, of course, banger tip. But it was not. It was very, very hit or miss. Very hit or miss.
Did you ever them type like lessons where like you're like there'd be some noisy children in your class that would
Mm,
like affect the good kids as well, and then they'd be
yes.
like everyone has to stay back an extra 15 minutes.
Yes.
Good as shit, but the bad kids would ruin it for you, and then it'd be like 15 minutes past 1 o'clock. Like lunch has
Yeah,
already started.
that shit pisses me off every fucking
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
that,
I hated that. We about to, okay. So the next tip also I've kind of fucked with. It's on paper kind of fire, but
mhm.
the tip number 2 is the one turn. Preset your combination for the first like the first two numbers. So when you get to your locker, you gotta go to the last one and you're done. That is cool and all, but if someone is watching you, you're a target. You can easily get your shit broken into.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, on paper, it's a very good tip, and it does work sometimes. But like you said, if someone's watching you,
You could like, because you go with the how would they see that number, but you get a general direction of it. You're fucked. You're fucked. I
you,
remember having trouble with. Well, I in 5th grade, before we like toward the end of the school year, when we were getting closer to middle school, when they're like,
mhm.
yeah, this shit's gonna be different, y'all. You're not gonna be in the same classroom all day. You're gonna be moving around and shit. You're gonna get a locker. They had this like little wood paddle with like 3 with locker combinations on it to train us to get used to opening lockers. That shit was fire to me. I'm like, all right, I'm working on it. So like, I never used the one turn. I was smooth with it. I used to whip my shit around, but my shit was clean. I didn't have to. I had to just keep going. Boom. What were you? Because we are talking about lockers though. Were you How was your locker looking when you had
I,
one?
I really don't want to disappoint you, but we didn't have lockers. We
Huh?
didn't have lockers
What do
in
you
high
mean?
school. Like we didn't have lockers. We just you didn't have anywhere to store your stuff.
What?
It was a while
What?
back. There was no lockers. So basically, in certain high schools, because I was gonna ask you how your look, but we didn't have them in our high school, so it was legit just like bring your stuff, like whatever you need, store it in your bag, and then like
That's
you
crazy.
took it home, brought it back, and if you forgot like a homework or something, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Nah, my locker. I had a cool fucking locker in like 6th, 7th grade. Um, my actually side story about my locker in the
Mm,
summer of 6th grade. So me going into 6th grade, I was playing SmackDown versus Raw 2011 a lot, and
r-
online. One of my favorite SVRs. I haven't played in so long though.
that's my favorite one. I don't
Yeah,
stop talking.
yeah. Like I see you talk about it a lot. But I was playing that game online a lot, and I made a friend.
Mhm.
Me and this dude started being a tag team online because I know the servers were dog shit. Like there were nobody really on for real.
Yeah.
You're getting like 20, 30 people in your area. So me and this dude becomes cool. We're fucking people up left and right. And then I find out the dude I'm teaming with goes to my school and his
Oh.
locker is around the corner from mine. I'm like,
Oh.
there's no way, because like we were talking, I remember at like one of the lunch days or some shit. We were talking about gamer tags and we were setting up the shit. And like, yeah, what's the gamer tag? And he said, I'm like, that shit sounds familiar. And I was like, did you play SmackDown versus Raw? I was like, yeah, like, what? We like kind of did the Spider-Man point? Oh shit, crazy! That shit was fucking nuts. So yeah, that turned out to be cool. I hope he's doing good. Then we get another tip: avoid no running rules by using the fast walk. Then he says you look goofy, but you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Now you're a little debate. You don't fuck with this. What's up with
I
this
think
fast walk?
from Ned here. I mean, I get it, but I don't.
Can I be
I don't.
honest? Ned was kind
Yeah.
of scaring the hoes with some of these tips, bro.
Yeah.
The
Look.
haircut tip. This Cookie was on track. Cookie's on track.
Cookie was the Riz guy. Ned
Oh
was.
yeah.
needed help.
Ned had zero riz, especially when it came to, we would get there in like season 2 when they started really talking about like we would get there, but so you know what I'm saying, he said, yeah, go do a speed walk. You'll look goofy, but it helps. Now for me, I walk fast naturally. I'm with Ned on this one. I'm a speed walker. I don't do that heel to toe bullshit, but I got long strides where I can really get to my destination.
Long fine, but the way he like
but he was like, Cookie wasn't really doing it. Cookie was shimmying. And it still wasn't enough because in the middle of this tip, Cookie gets flagged by Sweeney. But this time, this dude has a speedometer. The speed limit in the hallway is over. It has been over 8, because that's what Cookie was doing. And he's like, "Yep, you're going too fast. You're gonna be late. Blah blah blah." You know, so.
Insane.
Like, it had the whole thing. It's so funny. That's good shit right there. They have a lot of good hallway bits that's like later in the show that I fucking absolutely love. So
But again, like what I was saying before, like about being an NPC at James K. Polk, like background seeing everything going on. You got a teacher with a phony hand. You got some random kid with a Google Glass and he's wearing a puffer coat.
You got someone with the speedometer. You gotta be on your shit in the school.
Yeah. You've got reporting on it? Bro.
You got random ass Olympic gold medalist, by the way. Hey, no visitor pass, just standing in the hallway. Yeah, alright, let me get to class though. Like, what the fuck? This is my favorite fictional school of all time. And not to mention, later in the show, but if you're taking a test during one of Cookie's excursions, he might fall through the roof into your classroom. He might just fall through. So now we get over to Susie. I fucked my notes up. Early on, Susie was not giving away the cats, but she had the cats in her locker. In this juncture, Susie did have the free cats. And that's when Ned gets a free cat and say, hey, Susie's kind of cooking because like she had free fucking little dog cats shit. You know what I'm saying? And so Moses is like, oh yeah, that's cool. Little stuffed animals is cool, but watch this. Opens up her locker, just straight shiny crystals and shit, just blinding. The people at Susie's locker is like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like, it was crazy. Until Gordy and the Weasel comes through, Gordy slams into the locker. You can hear the glass shattering, shit break, music slow down. Go, oh my god. He's like, I'm gonna get you, Weasel. Shit like that. So Moses like, damn. Opens up her locker. All her shit falls. Shit like glass. There's ice cubes falling out. She had all the optical illusions. And then if you look closely, you can see like something just pushes more shit out of her locker from the background. Like goofy shit like that is so fucking funny. So So you didn't have a locker.
No.
You just had
a backpack. That's probably why I was so organized with my backpack, because you just carry everything.
What the fuck? Was that all the way through, or like?
Yeah, I'm legit. My entire life. The only time I've ever had a locker in my life is at the gym. Like, I think the first time I ever used a locker was when I was like 17. So.
What the fuck? Yeah, I would say I saw this episode. I jotted it down and said, you know what? In this era, also when I was in middle school, like about I want to say 7th grade is when I started trying to really apply this. I said, no, it's another year. I gotta get serious. You know what I'm saying? I got to. I tried to apply this tip to my life. It did not work out too well. My lockers were always dog shit. I remember my middle school locker being just papers just everywhere. I tried. I was like, you know, there are some, I think at one point my locker started getting cool, but for the majority of it, I stopped caring and just started throwing shit in there because I was not spending time at my lockers. In high school, didn't use it. I did not use my locker. Like, I had a different high school experience than my middle school experience.
Mm.
I went to an alternative school
Okay.
in 10th and 11th grade. So, like, when you're not doing good in 9th, you can make up your credits at this other school. But this other school is where, like, all the, like, it's like you know how Drake and Josh had that remedial class where, like, people were just doing shit. That's how that school was. It was a former elementary school turned into an alternative for the high schoolers. So if you can imagine, big ass people, small ass lockers. It was nuts in there. I didn't go to a normal high school. I like 9th grade, I went to a normal high schoolish. I went to the one, I stayed in my hometown, and then I moved to another high school. Then from there, 9th grade, I went to the alternative 10th and 11th. I didn't go to a normal high school after that with like little school events because at this alternative high school, you had to take a bus to either your main school that you were in before you got transferred. So like you go to the big real school, which for mine was Lathrop, for my Michigan viewers. I went to Lathrop. But then I had to take I started fucking up in my classes and they sent me to this school called SRAC. And that was the alternative. So I had to take a bus from Lathrop to my other school. So if my first bus gets missed, I'm super fucked. Like, if the bus comes and everyone's like, yeah, I'm a little bit late to school, I still need a ride to my school. And this has happened where I had a ride from a cop because I'm like, yeah, my first bus was late. So the regular kids was like, yeah, all right, cool, our bus is late. We got to school. We're fine, first hour. I'm still out here like, hey, I go to SRAC and my bus left. So they're like, damn. Shit. So like my lockers there, I'd never used. I was just a straight up backpack kid. Then I don't even remember if we had lockers there. Like no, we did, but I just don't remember using them. I really don't. That shit's crazy.
Bro, I feel like around that time, lockers, like, it was like this weird mystical thing that I knew of, but I had never seen weirdly.
You've always wanted one, I feel like.
Yes. Because some of my friends who were with me in primary school, right, they went to this religious high school that was like maybe 30 minutes away from the one I went to, and they had lockers, and I was so jealous because I was like, oh, that's high school experience. Like, I'm not even living this. Low key at this point. But yeah, I never had lockers.
I really only wanted ones to put shit on my locker door. Like, that's where I really wanted lockers. To like little pictures and shit, like how they did in Neds.
That's what we should do.
Yeah, what did you say?
Everyone should have a custom locker.
Oh,
just in that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's just that's just a closet. You know what I'm saying? At that rate, that's just a closet. It was kind of cutting out. So apologies to the viewers. We'll get there. We get there.
So basically what I was gonna mention in between, like before the fast walk and Moses Shining Locker, Ned tries to come up with a new tip for Cookie in the hallway, and then he completely shoots a blank. He's like, I got nothing. And like, I was just thinking, it's crazy how they all rely on this dude. He's like a middle school Jesus practically.
His guide. It's crazy because like his guide really does hold weight in James K. Polk.
Yeah.
In like season 2, people really start fucking with his guides. Like, yo, Ned, people that we don't even see in the show for real, give me a tip, man. What? Who the fuck? All right, man.
He's gained a reputation.
Shout out to Ned for.
And also, building on the Jesus thing I said, in legit, the next scene after he's like middle school Jesus, there's Moses Shining Locker. With a light, he's standing in front of it. Are you telling me the writers weren't telling me something there? Bro.
We might expand on some Ned's theories on this podcast, too. I'm gonna take a bong rip. For those listening at home in audio only, you feel me? I am a weed smoker. My name is Zeri High Life. For those who are new to me, you know what I'm saying. We are very cannabis friendly around this place. Oh my god! Oh yeah. The one thing I will say about this podcast going on in the future, it's not going to be professional, y'all. This is the joy of this podcast.
That's how we like it.
Shenanigans and hooting and hollering and tomfoolery. But yeah, so yeah, these shooting blanks. Moses' locker gets fucked up, and she finds out. She's like, oh, because Ned's like, is this just about beating Susie? And he's like, Moses is like, oh damn, you kind of snapped at that point. I guess it's because I'm competitive, which is like really good story or character. You know what I'm saying? They pointed out now that Moses is about to be that one that's gonna be competitive.
Yeah,
doesn't really want girlfriends as much as she thinks she does. And they do tie that in toward the end of the episode. But, so now Gordy offers, he's like, hey, Ned, I got a fucking place for you in the locker. Or for your locker situation. He's like, word? It's the custodian closet. Real quick, before we get more into this, don't try to look for help toward the janitor.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
Unless you know your janitor's cool as hell, don't start. Because a lot of them janitors are not this cool.
No.
Is this the same thing goes for Mr. Johnson and Abbott Elementary? Fire janitor character, don't try it in real life. If any of my viewers of this podcast is in middle school for some fucking reason, one, you shouldn't be listening to this, but you must love the show, and I appreciate you.
Hey, if you're in middle school, pause this, go watch Ned's Declassified.
Facts.
You need the tips.
Facts.
Go and watch that.
If you are in middle school watching this, I'm telling you right now, this will change your middle school life. For real, for real.
For real.
It will make, you will want your, because the way I saw my middle school life was Ned's Declassified. I was trying to make my days just be a movie every day. Just vibes, bro. Do your work, have shenanigans with your boys. But speaking of shenanigans with your boys, so Gordy and Ned is like, hey man, you can stay, you know what I'm saying? You could get in this locker right here in the custodian's closet, which is kind of fire almost. He opens the locker and the weasel's in there. It's like, oh shit, the weasel. Ned, get the fuck out. I'm gonna handle this on my own. Round one, Gordy is getting his ass whooped by this weasel in this custodian's closet. So you just hear all types of ruckus, the silhouette bit, and when you got the weasel doing elbow drop and shit. And
then we get introduced to one of the best Ned's characters. Finally, Claire Sawyer, future lawyer, pulls up with Lisa Zemo. Yo. Oh man, Claire Sawyer is here. She's laying down the law about the lockers. My God.
Yeah, so Claire Sawyer, which is once again, Ned's doing right by their black characters early on. First episode, Claire Sawyer, future lawyer. Does the whole rigmarole, and the running bit with that is Ned and anybody else goes, Claire, we've known you since pre-K. It's so funny. But she lays out the law. She's like, hey man, Lisa Zemo here has a locker up for offer. She can trade with you. But you must read and agree to these terms and conditions. Has a big ass stack of papers, heads to Ned. You got to a study hall, you feel me? We gonna go over it and we'll talk. You know what I'm saying? So we are over in study hall. They at the lunch tables and shit, which is crazy, by the way, that they have study hall in their lunch area, which is nuts.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. So everyone's reading. Gordy has like the fucking CTE headband on. He's bleeding and shit. Just looks fucked up. Everyone's here talking terms. So Claire Sawyer, future lawyer, is like, look, Lisa wants to be acknowledged in the hallways as a peer. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Small talk type beat. She wants to be sitting at your lunch table, included with your homies. You feel me? And then Gordy's like, yeah, I'm this very specific section of this contract here says that there's a date with Cookie. And then, so Claire's like, yeah, Lisa's has a fucking crush on Cookie. She hits her little, I'm nervous. She hits a little sniffle type
Cookie.
beat. I like Cookie. So she does that. Cookie's like, what? What? By the way, Cookie's whole thing is like the ladies, but he's choosing early. He's like, no.
Yeah.
Cause come on, what are you doing here? So Ned's like, bro, trust and believe. I got you, dude. If you agree, yes, he will take the date. Shut up, I got you. Boom. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I will figure out a way for you to beat the clock. You know what I'm saying?
So you can get to what's her name? Coach Gerger.
Yeah, that bong grip setting in. That bong grip is setting.
One thing I will say though, this felt like a real negotiation scene. Like
it was so good.
It was like a trade type thing going down.
The opening, like the seat, like the shot they got early on, like the overhead table, everyone's all quiet and shit. It's so fire. It honestly also makes sense that they said to do it during study hall because it looks like everybody's studying. Fucking
genius. Again, another round of applause for that.
I love this show.
So good. So good. So many details that go into everything. It's just so good. Man.
So now Van and Willie are back. My favorite sports duo. My favorite commentary team since Michael Cole and Taz are back. They're like, hello everybody, we got Cookie. And Cookie, is in a slingshot mop bucket. All right?
Insane.
What are we... This is... If you are about to go to science class... I'm standing outside the hallway, and Miss. I gotta watch this. I gotta see. Like, so Gordy is pulling him back. Like he's about, you know what I'm saying? Big rope shit. Everybody is in the hallway. They're like, you know what? Here we go. Shoots him off. Boom. This dude Cookie is flying down the hallway. By the way, big school. Straight 4 wheels Tokyo drift style in the mop bucket. Everybody's moving out the way and shit. He is about to, like, they're like, oh shit, we gotta remember, Sweeney has a speedometer. Out of any situation, you picked the wrong day to start using a mop bucket slingshot when this guy has a speedometer in the hallway. A whole traffic setup with how fast you're going. So Cookie's like, oh my god, he's going 25 right now past Sweeney. And they're like, how is, but before he even gets to Sweeney, they're like, how is he going to get to Sweeney? And Ned is sitting here with Timmy Tutu.
Oh,
and he's like, yo, you ready? Sends up Timmy Tutu, goes, Mr. Sweeney, you asked to see me? Sweeney's like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, dude.
Then he let rip.
So Timmy Tutu goes, Toot, just walks away. Another silent one. Khaki fart. Putrid. Sweeney's like, oh my god. Here comes Cookie going 27 plus down this hallway. He has a live speedometer on Google Glass. His shit is at 30. He's peaking. He somehow hits the brakes into the gym. The commentator's like, oh, here comes Cookie. What a play. He gets in there. Boom. Gets out the mop bucket. Durga hits him. It's good. He makes it to class on time.
And then...
Wait, hold on. I know what part you're about to get at. I know what part you're about to get at. So he's celebrating to Roll Out by Ludacris. They are roll up, but he is doing his touchdown dance. Ludacris is playing, and it's not stock Ludacris. This is real licensed Ludacris. Like we can hear the voice. So he's dancing, doing this shit. It's like, yeah. He's like, oh, the commentators, Cookie made it on time just at the buzzer. Wow, he made it to class on time. But it is dodgeball day. Whole class starts letting Cookie just have it. dodgeball after dodgeball. And Deontay, what did you? I want to know, what did you write down?
We're gonna talk about it. All right.
We're gonna talk about it.
I'm gonna just throw this out there. Low-key racially motivated. I'm just saying, this dude, Cookie, pulled off one of the best plays to get to class on time. He's in the fucking bucket. He's going 30. He's got a whole plan. He used Timmy Tutu as a WMD to get Sweeney out of there. He arrives on time. He starts dancing to Ludacris, and then she's still like, "Fuck you, Cookie. You're done."
And you know what's crazy? I don't know how often you played dodgeball in school, but when we played dodgeball, there were 2 teams. There's actually a dodgeball episode in this episode, or in this show. There's 2 teams. The class, he wasn't late. The class just started. And we looking at the overall picture of who all had dodgeballs in their hands. The majority of those kids were not black people.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with Deontay. This dude trying to feel emotionally motivated. You didn't take attendance. You didn't set up teams. Y'all ain't stretch. They just got the throwing balls, bro. That's crazy. And what's even crazier, I don't know if you've noticed, but the last ball that hits Cookie is a bigger ball. It's a comically large ball. Why are they doing
no reason. This poor guy. He's having a tough time.
So Cookie finally makes it to gym class on time. We go to Moe's. Her solution is that she got a locker that she likes. And it is a wooden door locker, which is fire, by the way. Everybody's locker is all metal and green. Her shit is wooden. Gordy clearly didn't have a problem with it. Staff clearly didn't have a problem with it because she kept this shit throughout the whole series. Yeah. This shit was fire. And so fire that the woodshop teachers, Mr. Chopsaw and the boys, are all like, with the only girl in the class, she's the fucking one. She's cooking, pretty much.
Yo, I got a question for you, actually, real quick. A little side note, but today, right, who you are right now, you're designing your locker. You got to design the front of your locker, like the outside. What's it looking like? Because I can guess for you what it would look like, but, I want to hear from you.
Current day me right now?
Yeah.
Fuck. Am I immediately?
Like, you gonna put a simple little decal on there, or
material? On the first opening, I think I'm doing LED fucking open close type beat. You know what I'm saying? That neon light vibe with an XHL on there. You know what I'm saying? Get that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to have it not too complicated. Nice little vibe with it. Pinkish, salmon-y color. You know, that'd be the interior would be kind of like sunset. You feel me? That's what I'm kind of fucking with. That's me like right now.
Nice little vibe.
What, you didn't really have lockers, so what is your dream locker looking like?
If I did have a locker, well, if it was me right now, I'd just be on brand and do something like with flames, like just Dante Inferno kind of design. But if it was me back in high school, honestly, it depends what year. If it was first year of high school, it would have legit just been an MW3 poster. And I would have just
That's why I fuck with you! That's why I fuck with you!
Bro,
I love MW3.
So, one of the greatest, dare I say greatest cut of all time? Because, honestly...
You know what? Can I slap out a hot take on here? That's not even for this podcast. Yeah, MW3 is better than Black Ops 2. Sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say this very quietly. I fucking agree.
You feel me? You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
Black Ops
3 was... Listen, hey, all due respect to Black Ops 2. One of the best ever.
Of course.
A great game.
Of course.
But it fell off halfway through the year. MW3 was good all year round. I'm sorry.
Here's what I will say about MW3. For me, that was not the case. Early MW3 was fucking annoying as shit. The spawns are broken. But Spring Break, they released a patch that fixed the global spawn systems. They buffed the M16. The PP-M19 got fucking nerfed or got buffed. All was right from there. Yeah. They added drop zone with the striker. That's middle school me. That's middle school me. If we talking middle school me, oh my God, where was niggas at? Summer of where was niggas? I remember in the summer I got my first Moab too at 3 in the morning. Oh my God. So
we gotta play MW3 at some point. We gotta find a way to do that.
We have to. But anyways, so Mose is content with her locker, and Ned is like, oh my God, lockers, man, they're so fucking quirky. I finally got me a new locker. I'm so relieved I don't have to smell khaki ass all fucking day. Then Billy Loomer. Welcome to the neighborhood. Trying to get off of another fart boy joke. And the episode ends. Like, that was it. Like, that was the first episode of NED Declassified. That shit was fire. Did you have any favorite tips from this episode?
Ooh, you know what? I gotta go with the be ready. Oh, what was the exact
no
quote?
one is
be
ready for first.
Yeah,
that
no
shit
one
was
is
fire.
ready.
Yeah.
That's fire. Yeah. Dumbest tip. God, the get a haircut 2 weeks early.
Easily the worst tip of the episode.
Stupid.
Easily.
Dumb. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
What's your first day outfit looking like? What was your first day outfit? Take me to middle school or primary. You know, take me to British bruv Deontay schooling.
So, are we talking like what I would have wanted to wear? Because in my high school we had to wear a school uniform.
Yeah. So did you ever have free dress at any of your schooling?
We had a non-uniform days where you'd have to pay like 50 pence. And that money would go to charity. It'd be like a charity thing.
Okay,
so
we had similar shit like that.
Yes, but
okay, well, what would have worn if you were?
Oh God, me in high school was so basic with my fashion. Like, it's nothing like I didn't have drip or anything yet, and arguably I still don't. You know, depending on your viewpoint. But like,
you got that
I'm wearing a
on.
fucking Hawaiian shirt right now.
I fuck with it.
But in high school, I would have worn like some black jeans. I would have worn some black Vans, like fucking skater type look, a nice oversized hoodie, like nothing too crazy, but just something chill like that. Like, you know, maybe a nice t-shirt. It wasn't nothing too crazy, but
let me tell you about my
what would you have done?
Because can I be honest with you? I remember my first day outfit. I'll never forget it. I forgot some details of it, but the most important thing to me, I needed a fire hoodie. I wanted to be the fire hoodie guy. You feel me? So in 7th grade, so 6th grade, my hoodie was a brown hoodie that had blue pixel, like Space Invader type pattern on it. I was killing them. You know, some new jeans, you feel me? New little shoes and shit. I can't remember the shoes specifically. 7th grade, you know what I'm saying? I had this hoodie. Oh my God! I'll put a picture of it on the goddamn in post. Oh no, this was in 8th grade. But this hoodie was it was like a gray hoodie that had a big ass monster logo, and it had like it was like a Ken Block hoodie, if you know who that is. It had like a monster logo with the Ken Block logo, Ford, and like all other sponsors on the back. That shit was hard, bro. I was in my little wanna be extreme fit in with the white kids phase in middle school. You feel me? I had a predominantly white school, so I was pulling up with graphic tees. You feel me?
I feel that.
But I was really big on the hoodie combo. Like, I was always get a nice hoodie, half zip so they can see the shirt, but roll your sleeves up. Roll your sleeves up.
I feel you.
Had to get in my season 3 Freddie Benson bag. I couldn't even talk.
I feel that. You thought about it before you put the fit together.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, 6th grade, I wore the brown hoodie. I'm pretty sure I have a picture of it somewhere. But that concludes the first episode.
Wait. I got one more question for you.
Oh, yeah.
So you talk about all this middle school stuff, you talk about this high school stuff, your fits during this time. Was this before or after you needed help with the stop motion?
Actually, I will say, I could confirm I was in 6th grade when I needed
shit.
help with stop motion. This was the beginning. I did stop motion before middle school, but before that like school period started, I made that video, got a whiff of what middle school was like, and said, I'm not doing that shit anymore. But luckily, but since you did bring up that, in 7th grade, for those who really know me and my lore, I was still on YouTube. But I was making Call of Duty videos with my boy Jeff. You know what I'm saying? So I was dropping a Moab on YouTube, you know what I mean? During this era. Yeah, that started in 7th grade. Moab happened in 8th. My first Xbox I was in the 7th grade when I got my first Xbox. I was on the PS2 up until
great console.
6th grade actually. 6th grade.
Great console.
Yeah.
Hell of a console.
But yeah, that was that episode of NED's Declassified. That was a good fucking episode. Season 1, and it only gets better. That's what I will say about the show. Neds don't fucking miss. So
real.
Where could the people find you at, Deontay? Where
They can find me on TikTok. It's at RealDeontayDDJ, and pretty much everywhere else, it's just DeontayDDJ. Go ahead, check me out. Appreciate it.
Check out Deontay and his 2K content and his other shenanigans that he'll be doing, especially over here. Follow me on Twitter at ZeriHighLife. If you want my wrestling content, go over to X3 on YouTube. But if you want to fuck with your boy for real, the most authentic way to be a enjoyer of the ZeriHighLife content, come over to the Twitch streams. I stream all the fucking time. Twitch.tv/ZeriHighLife. You get SmackDown Live, My Kingdom is Fused Universe mode. You get American Wasteland on the PS2 emulator that we are playing currently, that I'm about to stream in a little bit after this episode. And much more other things like smoking, watching nostalgia commercial compilations, talking about Neds, literally whatever the fuck I want to do over there. Deontay, I appreciate you for coming on to this episode. You'll definitely be a reoccurring guest as episodes roll out. I hope everybody at home enjoyed this first episode. If you would like, I feel like this will be really cool, but watch along with this. We are doing this in order, so the next episode will be episode 2 of NED's Declassified. I don't know. I don't remember the name of it, but we will be watching that. Go ahead, go on Netflix or Paramount Plus to watch it and listen to us talk about and review that episode and point out much more shenanigans. This has been a very fun podcast. We're very unorganized right now. We don't have like other shit, but that's coming when it comes. Until then, take it sleazy, and I'm out.